In this video, we're going to take a look at how Dončić, his teammates, as well as some of the schemes of Rick Carlisle punish the drop coverage. Focus specifically on the up to touch, free throw line, and deep drop. In part 1, we're going to focus on solutions with the ball handler's defender going over, with the drop defender sitting in one of those 3 types of drop. Part 2 will focus on the under, a push or ice coverage, and what happens if the defense peel switch after the drop. A key piece of terminology we're going to be using is this idea of a tool. And a tool is something that the offense uses to punish the way the defense decides to guard the action. But the defensive coverage is not just the only factor which determines what tool is used. This is a complex and dynamic equation with other components such as the pick and roll spacing, the offensive and defensive players who are involved in the pick and roll action, time left on the shot or game clock, influence from previous possessions, and possible coach interventions such as timeouts or scout reports. To make it easy to understand, we're going to start by looking at the tools that the ball handler, i.e. Luka Dončić, can use when playing against the drop. And these are all just single tools on the left, one thing that the offensive player can do to beat the coverage. Some of these things can be combined and tools can be used together to expand upon or to multiply an advantage. Take for instance the hostage dribble, which could be combined with a snake, and many other potential solutions. With the basic theory explained, let's take a dive into the clips, and starting with the reject, the master tool against any type of ball screen coverage. Luka uses a small skate dribble to set up his on-ball defender, creating that window to then reject. He's excellent reading the floor ahead of him, which gives him the ability to make great decisions such as this Euro step around the help defender. Playing against the free throw line or deep drop makes it easier for the drop defender to absorb the handler rejecting, which isn't something possible on an up-to-touch drop or other forms of more aggressive ball screen coverage. What Luka's so smart at doing here is by bringing the drop defender back out to the three-point line where he's uncomfortable. This leads to that stunt and easy pass for the corner 3. Rejects can occur early or late. Here a slightly later reject occurring as Lillard arrives at the ball screen before Dončić. The technical use of tools is really critical, and here with the on-ball defender closer to Dončić, the crossover is not the optimal solution because it allows him to dislodge the ball. Against the closer on-ball defender, using a through the legs to reject prevents Marcus Smart from being able to dislodge or steal the ball. Luka is just as skilled at rejects off the catch. Here you can see he uses a quick jab step to create the window to reject. Here's a quick summary of using the reject. Now we're going to look at how Luka utilizes the pull-up 3 to punish the drop. And even though this is a tool used individually by Luka, the ability of his teammates to set good screens is what allows this tool to be successful. The most important points of emphasis are for the screeners to screen the back pocket to create a good angle of attack, as well as using the hit and hold technique, credit to Coach Liam Flynn, whereby the bigs hold their screen a little bit longer, which then creates separation for Luka to shoot the pull-up. Shooting the pull-up 3 can only happen if the ball screen is set higher up on the floor. By setting the ball screen higher, it prevents a mid-range pull-up being taken, which is not as efficient and can occur if the ball screen is set closer or on the three-point line. The up-to-touch drop, as used here by Baines, sometimes prevents the pull-up 3 being taken. Against an elite shooter like Dončić, this contest is not enough to prevent him letting it fly. To produce this video, we've looked at all of Luka's pick and roll possessions with Real Madrid. There's no doubt that this experience played a key part in turning him into the great pick and roll decision maker he is today. Here we can see some elite screening by Felipe Reyes. He uses the hit and hold technique, and then as the defender tries to navigate around the screen, he begins his roll. This makes it even harder for the defender to recover to Luka, conceding more separation. Luka is one of the most deceptive players in the NBA, here using a quick burst of speed to turn the corner and get round the drop defender, resulting in easy finishes. Even if he doesn't beat the drop defender completely, Luka's size means that he can still get efficient finishes at the rim, which simply aren't possible for smaller guards. When you combine that size with incredible skill, it leads to good things. Here Luka uses a one-step finish to disrupt the timing of the drop defender, Miles Turner, who is literally counting the steps waiting to jump. By going off the first step, his timing is late and he's not able to contest the shot. Luka has a number of different finishing solutions against drop defenders, which make it even harder to contain him with this type of coverage.
Only played 5 minutes in the loss on Friday, and another one. Row.
Screen, Powell. Dončić gets the step. Drives in. Oh!
Dončić turns the corner. Great spin move for the...
There are many other names for the hostage dribble, such as a cob, a piggyback, keeping the defender in jail, but Luka undoubtedly is one of the best players in the NBA at using this technique. When coming off the ball screen, the benefit of the hostage dribble is it gives Luka more time to make his decision, whether that's finishing at the rim or passing to the roll man. More of that will be covered in part 2 when we look at the role of the screener in beating the drop coverage. Luka uses his body to prevent his defender getting in front, whether that's keeping the defender on his back or on the side of his body to then finish at the rim. If the defender recovers on one side, Luka counters by picking a window opposite to the angle of recovery. Luka is great at slowing down and taking his time with his hostage dribble, but if he gets too close to the drop man, it can open up an easy opportunity to poke the ball loose. For the most part, however, Luka has a solution for everything. Even when the defense recover from the hostage, he's able to counter with his signature step back.
Absolutely rolled here in the second half. Dončić steps back. That's good.
The snake dribble is a sudden change of driving direction, which has the advantage of opening up the drop defender and then being able to create a finishing window at the rim. Going back to his Real Madrid days, this was a common tactic used to punish the drop defense. It is possible that an up-to-touch drop can eliminate the option to snake, so it's more typically used against the free-throw line or deep drop.
More respectable at 40%.
In these last two clips, you can see how tools can be combined. First with a hostage dribble into a snake, and then a snake into a hostage dribble used to keep and extend before converting the advantage. The last part we will look at is punishing who helps. The main aim of a drop coverage is to contain the pick and roll to a 2-on-2 possession. However, the threat of a downhill attack or a roll man getting behind the defender can cause defenders to tag or be in deep help positions, cueing kick-out passes.
Luka around the defense, kick out pass, Justin Jackson.
In all these clips, one of the individual tools already showed in this video are used to start the sequence, with Luka then making a kick-out pass to punish the help or the tag and result in a great shot for the team. Luka's ability to spot the open teammate and read the whole floor when coming off the pick and roll is exceptional.
Yep, around 36, I believe. Yep. To answer.
Most of the time, Luka makes the right decision. In this instance, a well-timed X out, and here, his teammate being a little bit too late to break the 3 in a row lead to those turnovers. Off the first kick out, if the shot is not available, the Mavericks are excellent at their first touch decisions. These spacing concepts and reactions are often the sign of a well-coached team. Through separate reads and ghost cuts, the Mavericks do a great job of preventing one defender from guarding two, which results in getting high-value open shots.
That's what sets him apart from so many great players who can score is his willingness to move.